want to let you guys know, and I'll be very uncandid. You guys can ask any question, I'll answer. I want to let you know where we're at with some things that are taking longer. Some of it unexpected, and some of it is kind of reactionary. Like, okay, well, if this happened, we need to do this. Um, there's been a lot of development in crypto with our token, with things that have been not so clear whether we should go left or right with things. First and foremost, I know that we initially paused the token. There was a potential security violation. We had to take huge measures to secure. We think about it along lines. This is all we do. We don't. This is our livelihood. This isn't a hobby. This isn't something that we do for fun. It's a business. It's our livelihood. We take it very seriously, and so it's also, we have you guys, friends, families, loved ones, people who trusted us to safeguard their interests as well with if they've invested in our product and our coin, then it's like we don't take that responsibility lightly. It's something that it's quite the opposite. So we might go a little overboard to protect that, but kind of better safe than sorry. So initial reaction was, okay, hit the pause, let's make sure. And then there was various levels of openings, and so the first thing was go through and clean them up. Then it was like, okay, let's do deep dives. So I know I went over that stuff before. We have had to take some amazing precautions. We've had to redo so many things just to take it to the next level. Some of it to pave the way for things coming down the pipe in regards to the user app, the merchant app, and transitioning to our own blockchain for the bulk of transactions. We've had to do some major things. The other things is one of our fixes for things was these new functions. And they had an inherent effect of upping gas prices to a degree that was not like, oh, they went up by 9%. No, they went up a lot. And so we're like, oh crap, go ahead and let's revert the code. Let's activate it and unpause it and let people continue, but revert, and we'll come up with some other fixes and it'll be fine. It's just a small window. Not fine. Not fine. Then you're worst of both worlds, which is during the revert, bug in the blockchain, the gas prices didn't revert. Code advanced, gas prices went up. Code regressed, reverted back to previous code set, gas prices didn't go down. Hey, got a problem. Let's solve it. So solving anything when you're dealing with other people's code, which when you're processing things on the blockchain, it's a cooperation. It's not our blockchain. It's our blockchain. You can do whatever you want. You can be like, no, problem solved. But you can fix, you can peg the gas prices. You can do all kinds of things, which we will. But when you're using Binance's blockchain and they say this is your gas fee, whether you agree with them or not, because when you understand the nature of the language, see, Binance just forked their blockchain off of Ethereum. So the gentleman who wrote Ethereum decided to use for the ERC20 contracts that you build the tokens under a language called Solidity. Solidity is an asinine language in a lot of ways. It's good for some things, but it's really bad at some other things, and it's a really primitive language in the sense that it doesn't have really good debugging, especially not if it's the cloned version of. See, we don't make an ERC20 token, even though we're using Solidity. We make a BEP20 token, which is Binance's custom version of that contract. And ERC20 has some primitive debugging. BEP20 has basically none. It's really awful. And so, and long story short, we couldn't figure out how to solve these gas fees because we don't have complete visibility of what's even causing them within the contract. And all of the sorry if I'm getting a little choppy, all of the tools that we had were showing that there was no problem on our end. So it was kind of like, okay, let's work on trying to repair it. Let's dig. We did that for a while. And then it was like, okay, what are options for launching a version 3.0 to fix the gas fees? And what do we need to put in there when consulting with pretty much all the different things you would want to as a business and for your holders? So you want to do things for, okay, what other new developments have happened in crypto? What's going on? What merchant features are we saying, we're a little further down the thing. It'd be really cool if it did this, this, and this. And so we knew right away the fix was a deep dive to try to fix the existing contract, which is the tools are super limited. We're launching a 3.0. We're going to transition on CoinMarketCap. We've already been working with them. That's going to be pretty smooth, which is great, right? Because that's like a huge feat. So CoinMarketCap's going to transition to the new contract. Our 3.0 contract is going to have some new features. And then the big thing that's been throwing some, let's call them hurdles our way, is with what's going on in crypto in the industry with regulation and the inside sources we may or may not have with what regulation we need to be ahead of. And we've had some things in the background running dormant, and they're going after stable coins now. And we will be the first, I don't know if we'll be the only, but we'll certainly be the first decentralized KYC system available anywhere. What that is going to mean essentially is that anyone can go and get our token from PancakeSwap. The anonymity, it won't be publicly available, but anyone that wants to send or transfer will have to have a GAN account. We'll have to have a user account on our user app or a GAN or a web-based app. Will have to be verified so that we have over 100 countries now that I'm still onboarding a couple more. We've been preparing for this behind the scenes. The regulation is coming. We're going to be ahead of it. That way, instead of receiving something saying you should be this, we're already going to be that, and we can be like, listen, we already do all that. So for the record, we will still be on what's considered DeFi in the sense that we are non-custodial. We won't have anyone's private wallet keys. We will not be in charge of people's holdings. However, anybody that transfers or sells or anything with coin will have to have a KYC verified account. That's upcoming. The reality is we knew it was coming down the road. It's coming a lot. It's coming to our coin like as soon as we launch this new version. And there's going to be problems for coins that can't do this. They're going to be put in a different bucket. We're going to be in our own special bucket. And it's going to allow us to play in areas where others can't. And it's going to be really good for us. But it's going to stir up a lot of shit. Because a lot of people I like anonymity. I don't like Big Brother. But I also know that you got to pick your battles, and some battles you're going to win, some battles you're not going to win. And if for crypto, the wind is, for the way things have been run, the left to the people that have deployed it and used it, they've messed it up enough for all of us. And this is coming. So we made the decision with legal, with their advice, knowing stuff we know, that it isn't something that we want them knocking on our door, even telling us to turn on or asking if we can. We are going to instead make headlines with already doing it, being ahead of it. We're going to use it as, a shield for future regulation that's going to really prohibit other people. So look for that. You're going to see the messaging start hitting our website. They've instituted all the things. There's both on-chain and off-chain mechanics involved. The way this will be used for the layperson is where we have a simple check. If you want to see if your wallet's unlocked and you're fully accessed, we're able to give complete tiers. That what this means for some people is we're able to unlock potentially different whale limits for different people, existing holders, things like that. We can throw different limits. We can give tiered accounts. It really it paves the road, which is necessary. The other thing is, while you'll be anonymous to the general public, for us, we'll know everyone. If you split your wallet off into 100 different wallets, we'll know all that. Every wallet, in order to send to somebody else, whether it's pancake swap to do a swap for another or just transfer wallets, we as a team will know all of our holders. There will be no anonymity. The general public won't know who you are, but in the house, we're gonna know who's basically trading and selling our token, and it's a way for us to protect the holders. So it's also a way for us to, if the government, and this is, I can't tell you guys everything, this is a way that if the government wants to blacklist certain organizations or individuals or countries or things like that, this paves the road, making sure that if and when they mandate that, we are already doing it. And the current exchanges that are centralized that are doing that already, they're only doing it on their platforms. Once coin leaves their platforms into the completely non-custodial space, they can't say who's doing trades and swaps. They have no accountability. They can't even say that they're had a great holiday. So they're in trouble for that. Publicly, them being in trouble for that hasn't even hit the news yet. But they're responsible, whether they like it or not. And that's not even really like the core complaints that you're hearing about the SEC. You're hearing certain things like Tornado Cash. You're starting to get the snippets of things that are like, hey, people that are using this anonymously and mixing and things like that, all of that is going out the window. And it is going to be something. So they're going after stable coins, which is kind of like if there's a stilt house, right? Like that's on a let's say it's on the coastline. There's a house on stilts or something like that. The water's coming up underneath. They aren't trying to bust down the doors to crypto. They're not trying to take off the roof. They're busting out the stilts, guys. That's what they're trying to do. And so for us, we're not going to let them. No, see, that's what we kept thinking. All right, well, that's just the U.S. What does the U.S. matter? Well, U.S. matters because it is a big market, but that's not really. It's because it paves the road. What the U.S. does and institutes, others follow, and it has a huge ripple. So what happens in the U.S. is going to permeate throughout. And when you talk about open free trade to various markets, you're going to see things change when it comes to regulation in ways. FTX really messed it up bad. Last year in 2022, from Terra Luna to Binance hacking to FTX to all these things have given enough teeth that if they're not going to take, you give an inch, they take a foot or whatever, and they're not taking a foot. They're going for a mile. They're going to take a big chunk. We're going to be ahead of it. We're going to be good. So now that once we knew that we were going to have to turn this stuff on eventually, that like, okay, this stuff's probably coming. Now we know, yeah, it's coming. And with this downtime, the question was, hey, we're launching a 3.0. Do you want to make sure that we have these cleaned up, refined? We're ready to push custom tiers to accounts, the whole 9 yards. Are we going to go full KYC? And they were kind of, we finally had the vote today, and legal basically said, you guys need to do this anyway. We were kind of resisting just because, I don't know, I guess crypto at its core is a little rebellious. We want to embrace that. What I don't want to be is big brother. And I want to push back where we can. But at the same time, we got to choose our battles. And we got to make the choice. Is it a battle we can win? Does it do good for our holders, right? Is it something that, does it help us stand out in any way for, there's all these considerations when it comes to it. And at the end of the day, the answer is it's going to be better for you guys, whether everyone agrees, that for a number of reasons. First off, this is our money. This is our, when we talk about Anubit, we're using it as currency. This is money. By any other name, it's money. People can call it a security. They can call it whatever the hell they want. We're intending Anubit to work primarily as money that people get, rewards from with reflection and whatnot. And so safety is number one. You got to protect your money. You can't, if you treat that like something that's like, we got to go to the end of the world for it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, some of the tools we have are phenomenal, but they're best kept secrets. It's like, so we got to make a splash. We're going to be interfaced. There's going to be some haters, which, shoot, I mean, part of me is one. Part of me hates that idea, but I also know that it's going to get our name in people's mouths because it's big. We're the only ones that can do this with every wallet. In any wallet that holds our coin, we can force verify, and no one else, no other coin or company has even they just can't technically do it, and we can. So it's going to make us stand out, and it's going to be controversial, which will be really good for us, because the reality is legitimate. The everyday person, most people that hold our coin already are verified on our GAN. Most of our holders are already verified. Doesn't even affect them. You're already verified with our system. Doesn't affect you. So you're gonna go in, click, re-verify, and 10 seconds later you're good. For the other people, the 10% or whatever, we're gonna say goodbye to them. For other people that are like, oh hey, I've been on the sidelines with crypto. I've been hesitant. Is this yeah, I like that. That's secure. So we're gonna get all them. They're going to feel a lot safer coming to a coin where it's not the playground for, those that are, whose anonymity is actually code for they're doing, black market shit. So we don't want them using Anubit anyway. We really don't. I mean, I don't want their money. If they're, I have a daughter. People are buying, selling people, and if you're gonna do things, make purchases at places for things that I don't want that dirty money. So not judging drug use or anything, but there's other monies to buy drugs with. You don't need to buy with fucking Anubits. So that's gonna be good. That'll be good. We'll have some controversy, which will be good for us, and it'll put us in an advantageous position for regulation in a way that hasn't even hit the news cycle yet. It's not there yet. And we're going to be ahead of it. And that's kind of what we've tried to be like, okay, let's bring something to crypto that's, let's legitimize it in a way that it's been kind of underground but growing, but then retracting with all, once it takes off, you see all these people just doing shady stuff, and then it collapses, and then it booms, and then busts, and a lot of that isn't even like the value of some of these tokens going up and down isn't really based on whether it's strong or weak so much as it's based on whether the market is destroying itself with corruption and thievery. Regulation, Red Rebel, look to it at summer, right? By the end of the year at the very latest, but look to it by summer. And so, yeah, you know what? Let me take a little, I know we can get a little, I had a good vacation. I'll tell you what, I was working with a team, and my view was fantastic. I had my laptop out on a balcony overlooking the ocean, and it was really nice. I went to Maui for, about 8 days. Got a little sun. I don't know if you can tell I'm a little darker, a little thinner maybe. I ate well, but boy, hiking, waterfalls, mountains, just a lot of snorkeling, that kind of stuff. It was really deserved, but also like I said, ill-timed. I'm like, the stress level around here with everyone working around the clock, communicating, I'm blessed with the best team ever. They didn't hate me for going, and they worked while I was on vacation in tropical paradise on Maui. They didn't hate me for it, or if they did, they didn't show it, and they shouldered the brunt of all the it's hard work when your token's paused. You're working round the clock. Literally, they've been working round the clock on implementing new coin functions, collaborating, picking up. I do some stuff around here. I don't just sit on my tail, and doing all my stuff as well as theirs. And then, with the gas price thing with it, they for several days they're just beating their head against a brick wall trying to figure out the gas prices, and it ends up like, oh, it's a stuck array on the blockchain, which doesn't mean anything to you, but it's like some bells can't be unrung. And so what Omar's done, let me get back to it. What Omar did, I'll get to that. He went through top to bottom of the contract. We know we're launching our own blockchain that's we're going to have our gas fees pegged for transactions at less than a penny. So Binance isn't going to be able to touch it. They've been launching those test nets for a while. They're still private. We haven't published so that you guys can test out our blockchain test net, but we'll do that soon enough. And gas fees at a penny, Binance can't compete. Sorry, I can't do it. But what he has done is taken our existing Anubit, and he has completely gone through our coin code and optimized it in a way that I don't think anybody ever has. He's got our gas fees down to far less than it was even under our legacy coin or 2.0 coin. 3.0 is some of the gas fees are a third of what they were. It's that optimized. He optimized it in a way that even where things are placed within it can have huge implications on gas fees. So when we have certain functions, it pauses and omits and cuts out portions and bypasses so that it's lean and mean. So I'm really happy with that. He spent several days just doing that. He spent several days trying to fix the 2.0 gas fees to no avail, and no real big help from Binance. No surprise there. But the 3.0, once we knew that we had to do it, the call was, should he prep for this? And then they knew they would likely go to a full KYC system. We had final vote today. It is a big decision for us because it's going to mean that were attractive for certain people and unattractive for others. And the question is that the best? Is that the best way to go? And then it was like legal's like, you guys don't really have a choice. You don't understand. This is happening. Question is whether we're going to be allowed to operate. There's a word that the question is whether we'll be allowed to operate. And we will, making us someone who's in a very good position compared to others who, in certain regions, close doors. Imagine others what's going to happen to their value. You lose big chunks of regions and things can go pretty dire, can definitely skew prices. People talking are worried about the repercussions from leaving P2B and issues with holdings or any updates on that. Anyone that has coin on P2B is going to be just fine. They're going to have their holdings intact. Well, at the end of the day, part of the reason you guys have a team is it's our job to make everyone whole. So it's like if you're a legitimate holder of Anubit and you are a good faith holder and you've used, bought, sold, all that kind of stuff in the free market, we want to make sure you're whole, and that's our number one job, is make sure that you guys are secure and you are Anubit. So yeah, no, everyone, we're some of what P2B is like. I don't like pooled exchanges. Even if they don't give you the keys to your specific wallet, if you don't have an individual wallet, if it's a giant pool, I just don't like that. So someone's a little tricky, but we'll figure it out. At the end of the day, even have to deal with them on a one-on-one basis, and we'll figure it out. As soon as we launch, we're going to airdrop the ones that are guaranteed. Any of the questionables will come to us one by one, and we'll make them whole one by one. It's something that we can do very efficiently. I think I can handle with tools. See, in-house tools make all the difference. And for everything that we make that's public-facing, we also make tools that are in-house only. And so we have pretty good frickin' tools now. And so it's like, I need to, when you first launch, and you're like, hey, I have this feature that I can recover. If someone's coin is stolen or their wallet is lost or their phone is gone, and they can prove that it was their wallet beyond any doubt, we can recover it with theft recovery for you guys and this and that. That all sounds great, and you might be able to. How long does it take you to do that, to verify and do this process? How many people can you do a day? Is it an hour per person? Well, great. You want to work 7 hours and help 7 people out? Or do you want to, but we've got pretty good tools. So I can help out a person, verify them, and process their coin now with this latest tool in about 10 minutes. So I can have somebody do that. They can verify them and recover lost coin in about 10 minutes. That's good tools. So, and our tools, in-house tools, are getting better, so that as we onboard merchants and users, because the idea with the user app is we're onboarding quite a few, have to be able to manage all those accounts. And so, yeah, our tools are getting better. We're able to make everyone whole, no problem. If I need to, as we load on other exchanges, if we have issues, we're going to be able to resolve them very quickly. With a pause coin, and knowing that we're going to a 3.0, there's not a lot of point. Like I'm just going to airdrop everybody, and then we're going to kind of move the coin and clean it up as is. If it needs to be, hey, you need 9 Anubit pulled out of that pool, I can use our tools and get you guys squared up, no problem. So yeah, that's easy stuff now. It wasn't so easy even a month and a half ago or a month ago. It's just, how's the app going? The app is going really good. I hadn't seen it the entire time I was in Maui, and I just got my first glimpse at it today. And I think it'd be a good time to do a maybe a quick. Did she release a video on that? I think she did, so that you guys can see the progress. Um, it's disgusting. It's beautiful. She's killed it. The team that does so there's the app development, and then there's the secure endpoints, and the developers do the API endpoints, and then the app developers build all the everything from when a button clicks, what sound does it make, does it vibrate, how do the visuals look, where does it take you, the layout, does it highlight as you click, all that type of stuff is done through the UI, and that would go through Tanya. The developers who do all the secure connections through the API endpoints, which really is all the magic that happens behind the scenes to connect real live data. They're the ones that are kind of like been doing other things with the blockchain, and so they haven't connected anything to live data yet, or they've done very little. And it's not live data, I should say. It's all done in a test environment, in like our sandbox. So first thing you do, you develop just the visual app part, then you connect to test APIs to make sure that test data is moving in and out, and then you migrate to like a live API system. And so she's done the visuals, knocked them out of the park. We just went over, there's little changes coming. That now they're going to connect the test APIs, make sure that all the live data's feeding, or the test data's feeding in okay. And then if that goes smooth, we migrate to live. So that's where we're at. I'll see if they can put out a quick video. It's disgustingly beautiful. Still no finalized name, but we have a lot of candidates. So that's something that's on the list. So timeline. Our intent was I was going to be back today. We're going to finalize testing all day today, and then we were going to push 3.0 tomorrow. Not doing that. Probably going to work all weekend and launch it on Monday. That will be our new goal, because there's been a couple things I'm like looking. I'm like, can we do this? Can we do this? Threw a couple of extra things in, so we're probably going to have those in by end of day tomorrow, test all weekend, launch on Monday, which will be a nice start to the week. So look for that timeline on 3.0. As soon as that happens, they got to do the typical things with Lola. We'll start off with a revised, slightly tweaked, but not very much, on our GAN. Everybody that holds coin won't even, you'll get airdropped a new coin. You'll go on our GAN, load up the new coin. The amount will be the same as the old coin. You can hide, or you can do whatever you want with the old coin. It won't even matter, because all the value will be transferred to the new coin. And everyone will be made whole. You guys that have been with us since the beginning, you're like, no big deal. You guys squared us up before. We'll make you whole. Marketing. We knew we wanted to make some splashes, and we've been looking at reflection. What is going to make the biggest splash when it comes to articles? Because we got a bunch of papers that are gonna, from Yahoo to this and that, they're all gonna publish our stuff. We're gonna make a splash with our full KYC self-custodial coin. We really want to change the phrase custodial from non-custodial, which custodial meaning like a centralized exchange, which we're not, and non-custodial meaning where only you have the keys. We really want to change that terminology to self-custodial, so that our holders are self-custodial of all of their Anubit and their wallets. We don't have the keys to them, and but we are going to brand ourselves as DeFi, because we'll be working with non-custodial coin or accounts and doing finance transactions. So those articles are going to be, we're going to be the only ones. And we're going to really tout that hard. So we need to apply for a GAN KYC account before next week. Nah, you just, once we airdrop, just log in, connect your wallet that we just airdropped the coin into, create an account, connect your account, verify it, connect your wallet to it, or just it'll auto detect your MetaMask and ask you to verify it. It'll send a command to the blockchain that your account is verified, and it unlocks it with full access. It's as simple as that. It sends, think of it like your account by default has a 0 and next to your wallet, and what it does is says, this wallet now has a 1 next to it, so it's got full privileges. So our system will push a command to the blockchain, which will, in the contract, completely unlock your wallet for full access once it's verified. If a wallet isn't verified, I expect others are going to try to copy this. Good luck to them without pushing a revised coin. If your account isn't verified, let's say a friend sends you 5 Anubits, you're like, you want to go sell them? No problem, go sell them. You go sell it, it ends up with a failure. What the hell? You hit on the failure report and it says go to anubit.com/KYC. It's not up yet. They're still putting it up. Go to anubit.com/KYC, has simple instructions. You click the button, you make an account, you verify your wallet you can connect it through our Wallet Connect feature. Once it verifies, it sends a command to the blockchain, unlocks the wallet, they're good to go. We're the only ones that are going to do this in a DeFi space, I'm telling you people, and it's going to be necessary, which I'm like, woo. As much as I don't want Big Brother, they're going to do a great thing for us. So other places that want to do operate and the way we want to operate, they won't be able to do this. They're going to have to run as second layers. They're going to have to do all kinds of things that we're going to be doing right now. And I'm really excited. I'm actually, everyone else is stressed because they've been dealing with this. I just came back from vacation. So I'm like, let's do this shit. But you'll catch up pretty quick, man. But it is. I think it's gonna make a lot of splash. I think we're gonna get some haters, which I'm okay with, because as many people hate us, they'll be, as long as they're saying our name, I'll be okay with that. But we're gonna use this as a way to get an advantage over people that can't do this, and how we can stay ahead of legislation, and a way for marketing for. We're absolutely going to promote ourselves as the only DeFi blockchain or DeFi coin that has full KYC, that is not anonymous. So we're really excited for this. It's going to be good for you guys too. Ultimately, our holders care about preserving their the value of their token, which this is going to help do, making sure that we don't get regulated out of existence. Trust me, this is important. And then it's going to give us a lot of exposure. It's going to pave the road for a sense of security for big investors who don't want to invest in things that are crypto, right? With all the things of crypto that the purists really love, the big investors I like the advantages, but some of this stuff is a little sketchy. We're going to look very attractive because we can, this gives us the capability of unlocking different tiers for accounts. So different accounts could have different privileges, whether it's, we can do BlackRock or someone wants to come in, but we'll come in, we'll do some big things, but we want our fees lower, or we want whale limit up to this amount, or we want it gives us much more flexibility to do that, to accommodate those big dogs who, if they're in doing that stuff, your reflection is you guys are pretty happy. The other thing is the value of your coin. You're really, really happy. So if we're going to court them, they're going to want to know that we're ahead of things, not, struggling, scraping by. So other than that, guys, I definitely wanted to, my first day back, I flew in late last night. Got here early this morning, and I wasn't even able to sit down at my computer and even check emails till around like 1 o'clock. So I still haven't even jumped in Telegram. It's just been meetings after meetings catching me up, me kind of, nudging this direction or that direction, me on the phone with legal, making sure that we're doing everything according to what's coming up. For those that are like Kitson who are a little late to the party, we're going full KYC with our token, and the reason for that will reveal itself shortly. But we don't control those timelines, so it looks like it's imminent. But the momentum is there, and if things go through the way we think, it's going to put us in a really advantageous position. But I'm going to get back to work. I've still got more countries to get dialed in as the GAN and our user app become more and more important for this feature in the DeFi space. Being able to do both DeFi and verify is going to be a monster advantage. So the good news is I think we're on a really, really good track for success for us and for you guys. So in the meantime, have a little patience. The team's getting things up as fast as they can. It is definitely something that they've stopped. First couple days is like rushing. Now it's just kind of grinding, and it's not frantic. It's very systematic. We got our checklist. Every whiteboard in this place is filled to the brim with various checks and things. Don't forget to do this, this, and this. We have our electronic systems to keep track, but sometimes whiteboards are more in the face. If you were to come in our office, you'd be like, holy crap. There's everything from what all the tests, whether it's passed these various things, gas at all these different functions. So we check the gas for each different function, because you got to test all your functions. You got to test the gas, making sure that on each one of those that they're not cost prohibitive. Testing results, testing the reflection, making sure that some of our R totals and T totals, which you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but anyone that's done reflection, stay consistent as we do different functions, including minting. We don't burn, so that makes it easy, but all the transfers, that all the taxes are taken out proportionally and all the coin is auto-distributed. I'm telling you, the amount of checks that are done is staggering. So, and we will be going through the check on the final thing. We always do 2 passes to make sure we don't miss anything. So look for that. If everything goes perfect, look for 3.0 on Monday. And then if things go a little cattywampus, I don't foresee any delays beyond maybe a couple days at max, just because pretty much 3.0 is on the table, already tested, but I haven't done the testing myself, and I don't mean any offense to anyone else. I'm the one here talking to you guys. Unless I can see it with my own eyes and test it myself, I don't want to, some things you just want to put your own eyes on before they go live. And so that's going to happen. So yeah, and then there's a couple little tweaks. They have to enable a couple things that were there but disabled based on today's decisions, so they won't be dormant anymore. The drops, once we go live, we'll verify everything. The new contract 3.0 will be paused. We'll do our airdrops. We'll transfer over liquidity. We'll unpause it basically. And then anyone that has any issues that, if there's, hey, I never got my coin, or I think there was like 6 people that some reason the airdrop didn't go through to them. We verified, on the blockchain, getting them all squared up, probably 10 minutes apiece at max with today's tools. So it'll be pretty easy. Everybody's here. Angelina's back. Everybody's working. So we're all hands on deck. All right, I'm gonna get back to work. Thank you guys. Any last minute questions? I'll give you like 30 seconds to spit it out and see if I can answer anything. Other than that, we are available on Telegram, Twitter, Smoke Signal, or Messenger Pigeon. I threw in those last 2, but yeah, we're available for communication. You can communicate through the website as well, through the little chat thing. I know we're on the ball on that, and hopefully we have 3.0 launching sooner rather than later, but takes how long it takes. So hopefully Monday, worst case scenario Wednesday. But other than that, I'll